What is up, everybody? This is Brian, the Toyota guy over here at Fred Anderson Toyota in Asheville, and it's about 20 degrees outside, and I don't even care because I'm having a bit of a moral dilemma today because last night we actually did get our first Blue Flame GR Corolla Circuit Edition, as you can see behind me. Now I want to pull it over here because I say I've got a little bit of a moral dilemma because the other blue car back there is my 2015 BMW M3, and I have never been so close to wanting to trade out of a car than I have been right now. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm a huge fan of these GR Corollas. So more than anything, I just want to gush over this car, shoot a little video, because I just love this color even more in person than I ever could have on photos, and hopefully share this car with you guys. So let's get started. Holy cow, here she is. Blue Flame. And I don't even think my camera is going to really do this car justice. I'm looking at it on the phone screen, I'm looking at it here in person, and I'm seeing so many different shades of blue between the two. Blue Flame's been around on other Toyotas in the past. They actually used to have the Corolla hatchback in Blue Flame, but I think it was 2020 or 2021, somewhere around in there, they stopped making that color. Like even right now, that color looks a little bit washed out on camera. It's such a deep, vibrant blue in person. Oh my gosh, this car looks so good. And I've always liked the white and the red when it comes to how it accents that two-tone, but the wheels now have a little bit more gloss on them versus in the past they were more of like a, I don't know, I just felt like they were a little bit more flat looking. They've added these little decals here, which I haven't looked into it. I don't know if this is just specific to the Circuit Edition or if they're going to do this on the premiums now. You can see it's got the gloss grill. You can still see if we get up in there, still got the GR4 on the intercooler, which I just love. Look at this paint. I'm gonna try to get up to it. Again, I just don't think my phone's gonna do it justice, but can you just see how gorgeous that flake is? You can see the hood scoops there, which are still non-functional to my knowledge. The black fender inserts. Of course, this has got the forged carbon roof, which naturally looks great. And of course, I love stuff like that because here's my M3 with the carbon fiber roof, also in blue, Yas Marina from the Circuit. And holy cow, look at that color. I don't know which blue I love more. This blue, looking at it next to my Yas Marina, mine looks a little bit more pale. This almost looks a little bit more teal, if I'm honest with you. In direct sunlight, it's kind of bizarre how it looks. Check out the interior, which is locked, of course. So we'll do it from this side. This car just came in last night, so it still has all the plastic and all the stuff on it. But this does have the, well, there's the Circuit badge. One of them there, the Gazoo Racing Circuit badge. Of course, you've got the start-stop button. I don't remember this being on the Circuits of the previous years, but there's a little bit of forged carbon there on the inlay, which is kind of a nice touch. This has the same touchscreen as before, wireless, same screen here as before. Really the same interior. This does have the micro suede seats with the leather outsides. Really nice GR headrest. I do love these seats. In my opinion, this is the way to go if you're going with the GR Corolla. The cloth seats are just as comfortable, but I do feel like these are a lot more premium. And it is nice that they do carry the micro suede into the back seat. Again, we still have the blue stitching, which, if I'm not mistaken, the blue stitching is the same on all of them. So if anything, even though it's not the same exact blue, I do like the blue stitching naturally on a blue car. But again, you keep the micro suede back here with the leather. So I'm happy about that. These, of course, now have all the features they always did before, but there's your heated steering wheel. Of course, the only way to do this, 3 pedals. The shifters feel so good on this car. Just driving around the parking lot, the handbrake, it feels so nice. It's just got a firm hold to it. There's no clickiness to it, like old handbrakes, because they've wanted to kind of turn into like a drift brake situation. But so fun. Here is, of course, the center diff lock, or whatever you want to call it, where you can adjust the drive modes and the power split there. There's, of course, the I don't even know if my phone would fit up in there, but there's the wireless phone charger with the heated seat controls, auto climate. This is the more modern Toyota steering wheel aesthetic they've gone for now, which is a little bit different than the outgoing Corollas, with the badging here and then the different, inlay on the buttons. And obviously a lot more different technology here on the screen compared to most other Toyotas. A little bit of configurability here, but really not a whole lot. Most of this, is the same as the other ones. It just looks a lot better now. Man, it's so good. I just don't know what else I can really talk about this car. I'm just sitting here drooling over it. So I'll talk briefly about my M3. So this is the 2015. This car, believe it or not, is kind of a rare bird where it has 156,000 miles on it, which is obviously not what most people expect to hear when they're talking about an M3. And I love turbo cars. I love blue. I love manual transmissions, which of course I have here as well. I wouldn't have it if it weren't a manual. I love my leather and heated seats and good stereo, which of course the GR has with the JBL and everything. This car was actually purchased for less than that car, but again, that makes sense with this car being what? It's about to be 2024, so we're talking 9 years old. This also has 150,000 miles. That one has 9 on it with warranty. So we're obviously not comparing apples to oranges. These brand new with the G80s are closer to, $80,000 to $100,000, especially if you're looking at the competitions, which this one is not. But this one does have, again, the carbon roof, and believe it or not, these have cloth interiors. This one's got heated rear seats, heated steering wheel. These have really good stereos. It's got the 19-inch wheel upgrade. Doesn't have the carbon brakes, but it does have massive steel brakes, which again is another thing I can talk about with these, because while they are steel brakes, just look at those rotors, man. Massive calipers, which I think is a 4-piston if I'm not mistaken. Slotted rotors, and I don't think it's actually a 2-piece. I could be wrong on that, but they definitely make it look like that with the way they've got the little Allen keys in there. But man, such an equivalent car when it comes to 2015 versus 2024. I would think both of these would be such fantastic cars to drive around the mountains. I know for me, my only complaint about these Corollas, and I'll just be upfront about it, it's just my only complaint, and it's a double-edged sword because I compliment it and complain about it, is these do not have a back seat that's got a lot of space in it. And nobody's really buying a GR Corolla necessarily looking for a good backseat space. Typically that's where you're going to want to look at like a WRX or a, of course, the Civic Type R or even an SI. Those have a lot more backseat space compared to, like, I'll just show you with this car here. This is a more traditional sedan and a bit of a mess in here. Apologize for that, but there's a lot more space. I feel like it's a wider interior. There's a lot more leg room here. It's just a more premium back seat. You can actually sit in here and not hit your head on the roof, versus if I jump in these, let me show you guys. The door doesn't open up very far at all, so you have to kind of bend and get in. This seat is where I would have it be, and my knees are buried in that thing, so I have to kind of straddle the seat. And even still, technically there's 3 seat belts here, but I'm not sure who's sitting in the middle between us. Back around, my head is literally right here at the roof line, and that's just my only complaint with these. As somebody with a wife and a child, I would love, like we can with my car, to pack it up and take a weekend trip and be able to have all of our stuff and have plenty of room inside, or have 2 of my adult friends or 3 of my adult friends hop in the car with me. We can go on a trip together. I just don't feel like it's going to be as easy to do in this car without sacrificing. And same goes for the back trunk area. Let's see if I can get that to focus there. Yeah, it's got a high floor, which all the Corolla hatchbacks have. There is kind of some extra storage in here because they've relocated the battery, so there's no spare tire. So you've got some pockets and stuff here you can put stuff in, but not a whole lot of space. I mean, you could probably fit, a couple roller bags and maybe some smaller duffels on top. You could fold the seats down and stuff, but again, I'm talking about if you had a car full of people versus something like a more traditional sedan, which has a much larger trunk. I mean, I have actually fit a ton of stuff in this car, and those back seats still fold down on this model. So I don't even know who's with me at this point in the video. I think this is more me just talking out loud, maybe trying to talk to you guys on YouTube to convince me if I should, go with a, $200 or $300 higher car payment to have a new car with no miles on it, with all the warranty. and all the modern technology that comes along with these Toyotas with the safety features. And of course, just me being a Toyota guy, I just feel like this is the car. Like, it just speaks to me. It's got the color, it's got the performance. Such a moral dilemma here. But man, if nothing else, I just hope you guys watch this video and can just marvel at the beauty of this car with me. There's just not a bad line on it. A 100%, especially with these new graphics on the side, would get the little inlays that I've seen for the GR4 here. So you could black that out. That would look fantastic with those black decals. Obviously tint the windows and just drive it. Maybe get some coilovers or lower it, and then just drive it. Take it to the track. You get that, I think it's NASA, that you get a membership to, where you can go to a free track day with these things. Why would you not want to do that? Well guys, I think it's gonna do it. I could probably talk about this thing or just sit here and look at it for hours, but I'm not gonna drag you guys through that. But hopefully this was enjoyable for you guys. I know these Blue Flames are just now starting to ship. There's a bunch more out there at other dealers, because it seems like they make these things in batches, of course. But I love it. As of right now, this car is available. I don't think it's gonna be available for long. Maybe because I'm buying it, I don't know. But either way, as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.